Agudners, a roughly humanoid race, having features similar to various mammals, such as rabbits, squirrels, bears, bulldogs, monkeys, and even-toed ungulates, like goats, sheep, alpacas, cattle, pigs, boars, and llamas. They are one of the three sentient and sapient Eltis, who are regarded as humans collectively, or the human existence on planet Tau. Hey you! Looking for some genuine Sergal merchandise? If the answer is yes, then let me introduce you to Bold Kabold, the only place to find official Vilous clothing and accessories. They have dockies, shirts, keychains, and more. Don't like Sergals? In that case, they have other great products, such as their tabletop role-playing game-inspired line of clothing and pins. If that's still not your thing, they have artwork, mousepads, and playmats courtesy of Zephyra, our Bold Kabold partner. Check out the link in the description and show your Sergal pride. Earth, homeworld of the human species, a race of mammalians who have forged a powerful global empire and remain the planet's dominant species. Humans alone have risen to the top of their food chain, giving birth to a prosperous future. Across the stars, in a universe not unlike our own, lives the Eltis, a collective group of races born from a singular past. The Nevrians and Sergals share their world of Tau equally, but history has taught us that to achieve peace, sacrifice must be learned. One race among the Eltis has proven itself and has risen, being one of the founders of civilization and forging an everlasting friendship with all Eltis. The Agudners. Agudners are very close to southern Sergals. Their relations have a long history in the southern lands, where their technology, civilization, and culture co-developed together. Eastern Sergals and Agudners also developed together. In the eastern lands, their close relationship is an extension of the strong relationship between the southern Sergals and the Agudners that has lasted over the years. They have very skillful hands, and can tighten a screw or drive a nail some without tools due to their deft fingertips and strong fingernails. Also, unlike Nevrians, they are good at duplicating objects due to their abundant stamina. As a result, Agudners generally excel in roles such as craftsmen or engineers. Many Agudner craftsmen contributed towards the development of their civilization. Unfortunately, many Agudners who live in the east were plundered as technical slaves by the Shigu clan during the conquest of Riono. Their appearances, behavior, acts, personality, and gender differences are the most similar to humans out of all the other Eltis races. Agudners experience a strong emotional attachment, unlike Sergals and Nevrians. Though the bond between male and female Nevrians are strong as well, Agudners are unique. Agudners are generally monogamous and raise families that remain strongly attached to their own children, in contrast with Sergals, who are frequently not monogamous and raise their children communally. Agudners make many appearances in concept art, but the official species reference has not yet been completed. Agudners are the most human-like of the Eltis. Females have breasts just like human women, unlike their Sergal and Nevrian counterparts. Agudners have 2 or 6 horns on their heads and are often covered in short brown or tan fur. Green or blue fur is not a natural color, but some Agudners may choose to dye their fur, like Sergals do. Compared to Sergals, Agudner children grow and mature more slowly, similarly to humans. Agudners have faces that are structured vaguely like a combination of humans and goats, with short muzzles. Their muzzle or nose is shaped similar to the tip of a Sergal snout, but pointed more downwards compared to a human's nose. When it comes to their fur patterns, Agudners have an alpaca-like type or a goat-like type. Alpaca-like type Agudners have a fluffy fringe or fur around their necks, while goat-like Agudners lack this fringe. Agudners generally have 2 to 6 horns, but in some rare cases may only have 1. When they grow a single horn, it is not located at the center of their head, but rather on one side or the other, while their ears are very thin and always stand up straight. A common feature of Agudners is their facial structure, including their eyes, which share many similarities to humans, found on the eastern Eurasian continent, while their pupils are oblong-shaped, similar to a goat's. Agudners have small fangs, like those of a wild boar. Some even have fangs that protrude from their mouths, even if their mouths are closed, similar to orcs in fantasy settings, though this feature is more common in males. Agudner teeth is very similar to a pig's, as they have front teeth, cuspids, and molars. Their jaw structure allows them to handle almost any conceivable type of edible material, which supports their omnivorous diet. Their mouth and throat structure, unlike Sergals and Nevrians, is not suitable for swallowing whole food without chewing. Although Agudners do not cry like animals often, unlike Sergals and Nevrians, their natural voices are low-pitched. When they do cry out like an animal, it sounds similar to a bunny or a bull or crow's snort, or even small bleats or pronouncing a B sound. Agudners have 4 fingers. The thumb and ring finger are short, while the index finger and middle fingers are long. Agudner legs, like all the other Eltis races, are digitigrade, with feet that are hoofed with 2 central toes. Their tails are short and made of fur that is always protruding upwards. Agudners are very much an omnivorous race, much like humanity is. Their teeth structure is optimized for chewing, which enables them to eat almost all types of cooked food. Though they are known as a pacifist race, they still possess emotionally deep attachment and are very passionate about their partners. This can lead to an Agudner feeling jealous of their partner or certain techniques others may possess. Although they are generally known as a pacifist race, Agudners have deep emotional feelings with strong attachment and passion. This is a property unique to their nature and is not exhibited in the other races. This makes the Agudners truly unique among the other races. Agudners exhibit a wider, more various and multifarious personality than Sergals and Nevrians. While most are peace-seeking, Agudners can be prone to grudges, unlike their Sergal counterparts. The similarities between Agudners and humans grows even larger, as they can and would lynch or ostracize someone considered to be an evildoer in groups, as an act of vigilantism, even if doing so was considered a crime. If everyone considers it justified, it will be overlooked. If not noticed for what they are capable of, Agudners can be prone to growing jealous and envious. When someone else has an ability or technique that is superior to another, one will struggle to get it. Agudners may appear to be approachable and easygoing, but are capable of becoming hostile if it comes to protecting themselves or their ideas. Agudner society is a familiar one. They generally stick to one partner and have a strong desire to be the one and only in their partner's life. Among females, they stick to their own biological children, unlike Sergals, who raise their young communally through friends and family. Despite this, Agudners are capable of integrating into the non-family-centric social structure of Sergals. Agudners focus heavily on their own families. This can lead to families having their own social structure. It's not uncommon for a factory or school to have been founded entirely by a single family. Long before the dawn of modern civilization, Agudner culture was separate from the other Eltis races. Upon meeting Sergals, their primitive cultures co-developed. During the formation of their bond, Agudners relied on the strength of Sergals for protection, greatly valuing their abilities. Sergals rely on the cultural and intellectual abilities of Agudners. This relationship has evolved over time, eventually giving birth to the religious concepts found at Goldring. Males and females have separate roles in society, which is very similar to traditional human gender roles. These traditional gender roles include females nursing their children and males using their extra strength to construct or move objects. Before Agudners began their cohabitation with Sergals, their society was male-dominated and patriarchal. Males assumed the role of being the protector for females. Years of struggles and fighting for dominance left the Agudners a barbaric race. If Sergals had never been introduced to the Agudners, life on planet Tal may have been more brutal. Their sexuality, like their other traits, is the most similar to humanity when compared to the other Eltis races, homosexuality being prevalent among males and females, with homosexual relationships between Agudners and Sergal couples being very frequent. Agudners possess abilities that are very well suited for jobs that require fine motor skills and concentration. A typical Agudner occupation would be as a craftsman, blacksmith, or engineer. They have brought a great deal of innovation to every technique. Agudners are responsible for the many products that are sold by caravans, but, more importantly, Agudner fabrication techniques served as the origins of Sergal armor design. As far as inventions go, the comb is the most famous of Agudner inventions, combs being commonly used to catch fleas. Agudners are natives to almost every corner of Tau, except Nevria in the west, possibly living in rocky caverns or caves without definite groups. Southern Agudners had a considerably male-dominated barbaric past until they met the southern Sergals, while the northern Agudners were few in numbers and were generally quiet. Of those found in the northern lands, only a small number joined the northern Sergal communities. Agudners have developed a strong and long-lasting relationship with the Southern Sergals. This has fostered a mutually beneficial development in culture and technology for both races, such as those found in Goldring. This relationship extended into the Middle Eastern lands on Tal, the Riona region, having a strong relationship with the Eastern Sergals. A concept of Agudner religion in Goldring is actually based on the historical relationship. Goldring is not only the city's name, but also its religion. In the modern era, it is very uncommon to find exclusively Agudner communities. They share their culture and sexuality with Sergals, although they keep emotional attachments to their own kind. They mainly have these strong attachments to their own partners and biological children. There are a few reasons why Agudners generally live with Sergals. They can feel charmed by a Sergal's good vibes, lighthearted nature, and intuitive sense. As is their nature, they yearn to develop such a sense. Agudners take a particular interest in a Sergal's intuition to judge their natural environment, especially their ability to instinctively understand primitive creatures. Agudners will try really hard to copy this ability, which is intrinsic to Sergals. They will attempt to simulate a Sergal's abilities with their technology and inventions. Tau is a world filled with mystery, and the Agudners share its shroud. There is still much to look forward to, as their story is still in the making. While Agudners share this world with the other members of the Eltis race and the indigenous Talixians, their history would be forever changed by one of the planet's most ambitious factions, the Shigu clan.